Dear viewers, Namaskar. In the headlines today, Roadmap to Digital Transformation at SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant unveiled. And illustrious daughter from RSP family makes Rourkela proud with her achievements.
Integration of mines with Rourkela Steel Plant will be mutually beneficial, says CEO RSP. Team of executives from SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant wins prestigious Asian Management Games for the second consecutive year.
SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant supplies steel for Makru Bridge of Manipur, and safety is a continual journey with the scope of endless improvements, says Mr. Deepak Chatra, CEO to SAIL RSP Collective.
Major overhead electrification and signalling and telecommunication project for rail traffic movement commissioned at SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant. And Ispat Fitness Path inaugurated in Rourkela House, Sector 20 of Steel Township.
Now the news in detail. A comprehensive roadmap to digital transformation at SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP was unveiled by Mr. Deepak Chatra, CEO, in a workshop in a hybrid mode organized on 16 July 2021. The CEO, who joined the workshop from Manthan, the CEO's conference hall, released the exhaustive document in the presence of Mr. Pankaj Kumar, ED Works, Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi, ED Operations, Mr. P.K. Satpathy, ED P&A, Mr. C.R. Mahapatra, CGM in charge, MM and Marketing, Mr. Praveen Nigam, CGM in charge, F&A, Mr. Atashi Pramanik, CGM in charge, AI and IT, other Chief General Managers, heads of departments and other senior officers of the plant joined the session online. Speaking on the importance of adapting to the rapid changes in the technologies with the intervention of digitalization, the CEO said that the digital transformation holds the key for any organization to reap rich dividends from automation, Internet of Things, IoT and futuristic developments. It will pave the way to achieve the desired growth in a highly competitive world relying on technologies. He urged RSP Collective to make all-out efforts to achieve the targets as rolled out in the roadmap. All the EDs also spoke on the occasion. Earlier, Mr. S. Pal Chaudhary, CGM Instrumentation, presented a brief background in the new digital initiative that aims to help the plant keep pace with the rapidly changing world with next-gen cutting-edge technologies. Mr. A.K. Mandal, GM in charge, CNIT, made an elaborate presentation on the present status, progress and future plans for the digital transformation at RSP. Ms. Rashri Banerjee, CGM HRD, coordinated the program. It is worth mentioning here that RSP has set specific targets with respect to different aspects of the plant operations. The steel plant not just wants to optimize efficiency of operations and machineries through digital transformation, it also intends to build a technology-savvy workforce conversant with the nuances of digital technologies through myriads of training, development and collaboration. RSP, which has always been a harbinger in adopting latest technologies, has chalked out elaborative plans to complete level 2 automation in many areas, research and development for assisting technology for the continual development of IoT products, utilize cloud-based IT services, development of a high-end automation lab, complete digitalization of hospital administration and town services department, besides latest technological interventions in safety, HR and other key areas. It is worth mentioning here that RSP has collaborated with many technological giants, and sessions on Industry 4.0 have already been organized recently. Another child from SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant family has made the Steel City proud with her achievements. She is Ms. Suman Mishra, who has taken over as the CEO of Mahindra Electric Mobility Limited, daughter of Mr. Lakshmidhar Mishra, former Deputy Manager PPC, Rourkela Steel Plant, and Dr. Mrs. Meenakshi Mishra, former Headmistress, Naya Bazar Government School. Ms. Suman is an alumnus of RSP's Ispat English Medium School, Sector 20. She had completed the Class 10 ICSE board exam in 1995 and was the school topper. After completing Class 12 from the same school, she qualified the competitive entrance exam and did her computer engineering from NTU Singapore, passing with first class honours. Thereafter, Ms. Suman obtained her MBA degree from University of Michigan, Ross School of Business. Recipient of several national and international scholarships right from her school days, like SAIL Scholarship, NTSE, NTS, INTS, Rotary Scholarship, SIS Merit Scholarship, Singapore, and Dean's List Student on Partial Merit Scholarship USA. Ms. Mishra had also excelled in various extracurricular activities like sports, debate, elocution, and science exhibitions. Ms. Mishra joined Mahindra & Mahindra in 2015 as Senior Vice President Group Strategy Office and rose to the current position of Chief Executive of MEML within a short period of 6 years. Apart from her present role as a full-time director, she will also be the Chief Executive Designate for the Last Mile Mobility Business, LMM. With 20 years of global experience across strategy and end-to-end performance transformation like sales, manufacturing, purchasing, products, cost and supply chain, Ms. Suman was associated with Cipla and McKinsey before joining Mahindra & Mahindra. She was also the winner of the Economic Times 40 Under 40 Celebrating Young Leaders Award for 2019 and was featured in the ET Women Ahead list. Married to Mr. Adarsh Das, CEO, Suntop Solar Power LLP, Mumbai, Ms. Suman is a mother of 6-year-old daughter.
Integration of mines with SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP will be mutually beneficial, said Mr. Deepak Chatrat, CEO RSP, while chairing an online meeting of senior officers of RSP. Mr. Pankaj Kumar ED Works, Mr. Ashok Kumar Kundu ED Mines, Mr. SR Suryavanshi ED Operations, Mr. PK Satpathy ED P&A, Mr. CR Mahapatra CGM in charge MM, Mr. Praveen Nigam CGM in charge F&A, other senior officers of RSP and executives who have joined RSP after the merger of mines with RSP attended the meeting. It is worth mentioning here that as per a corporate decision, the iron ore mines namely Barsua, Taldihi, Kalta and Bolani have come into the fold of RSP. In his address, Mr. Chatrat said that the merger have given the opportunity to add further value to each other's functions, consolidate the business actions and also to fulfill the aspirations of the society and all the stakeholders. Look at the larger horizon and take action to fulfill the requirements of the nation, he added. Mr. Chatraj also emphasized on further enhancement of safety and environment standards in both the plant and mines. All the executive directors and other senior officers also spoke on the occasion. Various issues regarding the consolidation of work and future plans were discussed in the meeting. For the second consecutive year, a team of executives of SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant RSP, comprising Mr. Prakash Chandra Sahu and Mr. Vikrant Kumar Patel, both managers of Finance and Accounts Department, and Mr. Biswajit Jaina, manager of Instrumentation Department, has won the coveted Asian Management Games. The competition was organized online by MMA and All India Management Association from 9th June to 12th July 2021. It is worth mentioning here that the Asian Management Game is one of the annual activities of Asian Association of Management Organizations in the Asian Pacific region, in which top teams from across Asia had participated. The first runners-up place in the competition has been bagged by a team from Pakistan, while the second runners-up prize has gone to Hong Kong. It is worth mentioning here that the same team had also won the Director Personal Cup Run Niti of SAIL for the year 2020. Mr. Deepak Chatrat, CEO Rourkela Steel Plant, has congratulated the three young executives for their spectacular achievement and said that the RSP collective is proud of them.
SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant has been reinforcing its place as a committed contributor in nation-building endeavours under Atmanirbhar Bharat by providing steel for some of the important structures of national importance. On 12th July, it was yet another proud moment for RSP when Honorable Minister of Road Transport and Highways, Government of India, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, inaugurated the Makru Bridge across River Makru in Tamenglong district of Manipur. SAIL RSP has supplied 986 tons of high tensile E410 grade new plate mill plates for the construction of the bridge that is one of the key bridges of Imphal-Jimbram Highway NH37, which will improve connectivity between Assam and Manipur. It may be noted that the plates rolled out in the state-of-the-art new plate mill of RSP has been used in several other mega bridge projects like the Chenab Bridge and Mahatma Gandhi Setu, etc. Safety is a continual journey with the scope of endless improvements, said Mr. Deepak Chatrat, CEO, while addressing in the safety review meeting of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant organized on 14 July 2021 in virtual mode. The CEO chaired the meeting and reviewed the performance of different departments on safety front. The online session was attended by Mr. Pankaj Kumar, ED Works, Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi, ED Operations, Mr. P.K. Satpathy, ED PNA, Mr. A.K. Kundu, ED Mines, Mr. C.R. Mahapatra, CGM in charge, MM and Marketing, Mr. Praveen Nigam, CGM in charge, FNA, Dr. B.K. Hota, CMO in charge, MNHS, Mr. P.K. Sahu, CGM Projects Commercial, in addition to Chief General Managers, Heads of Departments and Department Safety Officers of different units of the plant. Appreciating Team RSP for achieving lots of improvements in the recent past, the CEO further said, "We have been able to make rapid strides in improving safety in almost all areas, and efforts have to be made to sustain it. We need to be aggressive to ensure total safety, and it can be achieved in a thorough professional way. If you can take an initiative and achieve the desired results, you certainly can sustain it." Mr. Chatrat advised the senior officers to give more emphasis on prevention, ensure the proper functioning of fire detection and alarm system and firefighting hydrants, apart from ensuring safety awareness amongst the collective. He also laid emphasis on making the system foolproof with the help of available modern technologies and proactive measures. Mr. Pankaj Kumar in his address described safety as the topmost priority and termed it as a collective responsibility. He deliberated upon the various measures being taken to further strengthen safety inside the plant. The ED Works also deliberated on the COVID-19 vaccination status of the employees. Mr. Suryavanshi in his address said that by building confidence in people, fostering a stress-free environment and nurturing culture of safety, the aim of producing accident-free steel can be achieved. He also exhorted all to help in making RSP a safety hub. Mr. P.K. Satpathy in his address urged the collective not to be complacent and make sustained efforts to remain safe. He also emphasized upon cost analysis with tangible and intangible implications due to any accident or injury. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Mahapatra stressed on developing more safety awareness amongst the employees. Mr. P. Nigam in his address said that safe workplace helps the workforce to execute jobs efficiently. Mr. P. K. Sahu spoke on the importance of disseminating the safety exercises to the grassroots level to achieve total safety inside plant. At the outset, Mr. Das, GM and DSO CPP1 and Mr. Charan Das, AGM, HSM made elaborate presentations depicting all the aspects of safety in respective departments. The causes of all the safety related issues were discussed threadbare. The CEO interacted with the senior officers concerned regarding the causes and the actions taken in this regard. This was followed by a presentation by Mr. S.C. Mohanty, GM in charge, Safety Engineering Department, on action taken and progress with respect to issues raised in previous safety review meetings.
A major overhead electrification and signaling and telecommunication project for rail traffic movement was commissioned at SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant on 12th July 2021. Mr. Deepak Chatterjee, CEO, RSP, and Mr. Vijay Kumar Sahu, DRM, Chakradharpur, CSE, Railways jointly inaugurated overhead electrification and signaling and telecommunication system to mark the occasion. Mr. Pankaj Kumar, ED Works, Mr. P.K. Satpathy, ED P&D, Mr. C.R. Mahapatra, CGM in charge, MM Marketing, Mr. A.N. Mishra, CGM Projects, and other senior officers of SE Railways and RSP were present on the occasion. Notably, Rourkela Steel Plant had completed the expansion project under which the hot metal capacity was increased to 4.5 MTPA from earlier 2.5 MTPA. Accordingly, the rail traffic volume had increased to approximately 18 rakes per day. For effectively handling this increased rail traffic volume, 2 new yards, new coal complex yard and new plate mill had been constructed in addition to modification, upgradation of existing railway track at marshalling yard and raw material handling plant yard. A 132 by 25 kV traction substation with 2 number 21.6 by 30.2 MVA transformer and associated equipment had been constructed inside RSP. This is supplying power at 25 kV level to OHE network inside RSP and Bandamunda Exchange Yard of Railways. Incoming power at 132 kV level is fed by TPWODL, erstwhile Vesco, through existing MSDS 6 of RSP, for which 2 dedicated bays had been constructed. The overhead electrification for railway tracks covering Marshalling Yard, NCCY and RMHP totaling to approximately 76 km track has been also commissioned. The OHE sidings of RSP is connected to Bandamunda Exchange Yard electrified section under Southeastern Railways. The OHE work was executed by RSP in coordination with SE Railway, where Messrs. Wrights had acted as the consultant. After completion of OHE work, electrified locomotives of Indian Railways are operating in this section under EOL, Engine On Load scheme. After electrification, the pilot exchange between Railway and RSP, which is being done presently at BNDM, will be shifted inside RSP. Apart from that, RSP has also commissioned the signaling and telecommunication system with electronic, interlocking, multi-section digital, axle counter and color light aspect signal. The latest state-of-the-art technology had been adopted for installation of S&T system in RSP. This will help in smooth running of trains with adherence to full safety norm inside the yard. The new system is expected to help RSP and Railway to improve for increasing the efficiency of operation to handle additional rail traffic volume. This will also reduce the turnaround time and demurrage substantially. It will also facilitate better rationalization of resources. Mr. Deepak Chattaraj, CEO, Rourkela Steel Plant, inaugurated the Ispat Fitness Path at Rourkela House of Sector 20 on 12 July 2021. Mr. Pankaj Kumar, ED Works, Mr. P.K. Satpathy, ED P&D, Mr. C.R. Mahapatra, CGM in charge MMN Marketing, Mr. Praveen Negam, CGM in charge F&A, and Mr. B.K. Hota, CMO in charge MNHS, Mr. A.K. Nayak, CGM TA and CSR, and other senior officers of RSP present on the occasion also planted saplings. The park has a 360-meter fitness path and the total space with an area of about 600 square meters. The garden spread over the area boasts of myriad spring, bloom and blossoms. CEO expressed the hope that the new facility would be put to good use by the dignitaries and guests. With the rising consciousness of health and fitness, the fitness park within the Rourkela House premises holds a great significance. It is worth mentioning here that under the guidance of CEO himself, a number of beautification activities are being carried out both within the plant and the township, giving it a modern look and an attractive ambience. That's all for today's news. Namaskar.